so good.
Okay.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show.
A show.
I'm on the book of face.
The face.
Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene. Showing lots of love.
Lots of love.
For all the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So radio show. That's where
Thanks.
I go for the latest planned info. So radio. We want to the music that comforts my soul. Get it? It's the all around town radio.
It's magic. It's magically delicious.
It's magic.
Hey, welcome to the program, everybody. It is live at 5 on a Tuesday. Hot topic
Beautiful
Tuesday. You're looking very well kept today. I'll say that. Well kept.
I had meetings all morning and afternoon.
You didn't slide in at like 1 minute till like you've been out wrestling your dogs in the yard or anything today.
Well, no, I slid in, but I looked good while I was sliding.
You are looking good. I was going to use the beautiful word, and I was looking for a better word than that, but you're looking beautiful today.
Thank you. Thanks. I had like professional meetings today.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Hey, let's see who's checking in, Ceris.
Yeah, I wonder.
Glenn.
It's such nice weather. I wonder if anyone's going to check in.
I was thinking the same thing. It's going to be one of those nights where everybody's out cooking out and doing things, hopefully. And that's okay, though.
That's okay. They can watch later.
Jeff Vance says engage. Warp speed.
Hey,
engage.
Jeff, just so I don't forget, Wednesday, May 14th, please put that on your calendar.
Let's just do business while we're here, too.
If I don't say it when it's on my mind, it's not going to get said.
I thought the same thing. Yeah. I'm the same way. Hi, Kara. Hi, Daniel.
Hi
Tony. Tony in the house from Hindsight. Good to have you with us.
Oh,
Bill Marks. Bill Marks in the house. He says phenomenal. Phenomenon.
When I start booking for 2026, I'll give you guys a call.
Yes. 2026. Can you believe that? Booking for that? Hey, what a nice day it is outside. What a nice day. Hi, Matt.
So nice.
John
Hi,
from
Jamie.
Columbus. Hi there.
Hi, Erica. Hi, Megan. Hi, Audrey's Frogtown Tavern.
Jamie Carr in the house. Yeah, I screwed up yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, well, I was naming the people that were at the jam when I was doing my weekend update, and I said Billy Carey instead of Jamie Carr. It just it was one of those things, one of those moments. What's up, Erica?
Baby girl.
Oh,
Darren,
Megan.
hello.
Megan.
Joshua.
Megan's ready for a sizzling topic. It will be sizzling. Audrey's Frogtown Tavern in the house. Thank you for joining us.
Caring is sharing.
Thank you, Catherine, for caring and sharing the show. We appreciate. She shares it all the time. Thank you so much. Joshua Baker in the house. Bronson in the house. The Filthy Heathens doing anything. Hey, Ceris, how's your week been? Good?
Pretty good. Busy.
I had a great weekend at your place. I did. I did.
I got to see you a whole bunch.
Thursday and
Really
Friday.
last night, but I'm feeling better today.
Yeah. Did you do Matching Madness last night?
I didn't because I got sick.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I had like
good.
food poisoning or what it was, but I was not good. So I had Tracy call for me. She's one of the managers at Jets, and she does such a good job.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You got people that can fill in a pinch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have a big night tonight and tomorrow night. I'm going to be at
tomorrow night. You got a whole bunch of people. from the Bell coming to see you.
I heard that. I heard the little surprise got let out today. But yes, the Bell people are coming tomorrow night. I can't wait to see them at Name That Tune. We have so much fun together.
I was supposed to go, but I forgot that I had Scotty and Danny there.
Yeah.
Didn't want to
is that tomorrow night or is it Rick Kern tomorrow night?
No, that's tomorrow. It's the second Wednesday. It's tomorrow night.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a big show.
Yeah.
It is. So let's get into the topic today. You got anything?
I do actually. I do. And it's about, I want to talk about your post.
Is it so famous that we can just call it my post?
Well, that's the thing. Let's talk about that, because here's the thing. Isn't it weird how you could make 1 million like positive posts and you'll get like 20 likes. You make one post saying something negative and it goes crazy.
Oh my God. Yes.
Isn't that weird?
And I can't count how many people got on there. First and foremost, if you didn't see the post, it was not intended by me to be basically degrading to a band. It was just my views and opinions of what I saw. And that's kind of what I do when I do the weekend update. I don't often trash talk anybody, and I wouldn't even call it trash talk. Would you? I mean, did you read it, Ceris?
I read it.
Yeah. I mean, it was blunt, to the point. And if you had that happen in your venue, you would be very concerned as well over, why people are getting up and leaving, and why when the boss is asked a couple of times to turn it down, it didn't really get turned down to the level it needed to be, and all those things. I don't want to dwell on it. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I do want to dwell on what you just said.
Yeah.
Why are people so engaging on social media, especially in the music arena? They seem to be so engaging when it comes to something negative.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't either. Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with the post either. It was honest. It is what it is. It was a bad showing from that. I don't know if it was from the band. I got that it was a bad showing from the sound guy. Like, that's what the post.
Well, it was a sound girl, and yes, that was a problem. But also, there was a lot I left out of it that I could have added in, and I'm hoping that it all related to sound. Like not being able to hear yourself when you're singing and things like that, which can lead to a lot of things happening on stage. And the funny part was, everybody, for the most part, was very respectful in the post, and a few people got very disrespectful. And then the vultures come out, and they're trying to sell sound gigs on my page. Call me for the best sound and lighting in town. It's like, oh my God, it's like the snakes are laying in the grass waiting to strike. You know that
meme where they're hilarious memes. They're at a funeral, and there's all these people standing around at a funeral, and then there's like a bubble that's like of one person saying, "Hey, this is my band. Do you guys have any openings? Can you book me?" Like, it's just the wrong time, man. Like, that irritates me more than anything. That was not a time for you to promote your band. That was not a time for you to promote your music, your sound. That is the wrong time to do that. To me, when I saw bands do it, and I saw sound guys do it, and I was like, dude, noted.
Yeah, I mean, why in the world? And Heather made a great response on there as well. And may I say as well that the band responded to my post in a very professional and classy manner. And I've got to say that, which made me feel a little bad about my post, just a little bit, because they were so nice and they handled it perfectly.
They handled it with such class and they could have just been like, hey, F you, Scott. All of this. Did you notice I didn't say the word, just by the way?
Yeah. What's wrong with you? Are you sick still?
Applause for that? Can I get an applause?
Hold on. I'll get even better than applause. All right. We'll get even better than that. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Nothing says love like the Woo Girls on the board here.
Well, anyways, they could have been fucking assholes about it, but they were not.
There's my Ceris.
But they were not. That guy handled it with class
and dignity.
And dignity. And I'm sure that post hurt. Let's not pretend like that post didn't hurt them. But man, what a mature response they had. It was classy. And, like I said, it wasn't meant to be degrading or to make them feel like down and out about it. It was kind of a wake up call to say, hey, you need to change a few things if you're going to be booked and play out. And there's a lot that goes into the story, and that's the story is secondary to all the people who jumped on and started just, oh my God, bandwagoning, I mean, some of these people were in bands. How would you like it if I'd have said that about your band and people were making those comments? That's all I'm going to say. I'm not turning on them, but you know what I mean. The thing. If we're allowed to make posts that come across as negative or whatever it may be, people are allowed to respond any way they want, right? That's it. We're all allowed to say what we want. Everything has consequences, though. That's, you can't help it. What I think, that egos get hurt and people make comments based on their personal experiences and their egos.
We've all done it.
We've all done it.
Yeah, I've done it. You've done it. Right?
None of us are perfect, but it happens. And people need, this is why I feel like I say it all the time when it comes to, self-awareness. And, I know that there's a lot of reasons why a bar owner, and I respect Heather. I like the way Heather does business. And I know Heather doesn't choose bands based on their price. She chooses bands, to try to give new bands, I would assume, I'm not saying I know this, but to give new bands a chance. It's not really based, she's not trying to go for cheap bands. She's not trying to get bands that are not at a level that she wants. She has respect for her place. She knows what she's doing. Sometimes it doesn't work out in the way that we had hoped. People need to look at themselves in the mirror and say to themselves, why isn't this person booking me anymore? Maybe you outpriced yourself. Maybe you don't bring anybody and you outpriced yourself. Maybe you show up fucked up all the time and it's freaking annoying. Maybe you're so freaking loud too, but you don't want to admit it either. Maybe you're not as good as you think you are. Maybe your sound is off. Whatever it may be, there are tons of different reasons. It's not always you get, whatever it may be. And I'm not bashing anybody who made a comment, because I do believe everybody's allowed to respond the way that they want. I just wish that people would just think about it. It can't always be Heather's fault or the venue's fault or the booker's fault or whatever it is. It just can't. It can't.
Let me get to a couple of comments here too as we're talking, because I did get some emails and some messages, and some people liked what I said and some people were really pissed off at what I said. And I really felt like I didn't say what I probably could have. I tried to be tactful about it. And it was interesting. Troy says,
felt bad for them too.
Felt bad for them. Yeah, I felt bad after they responded. I did. I mean, I felt like, man, I'm the ogre or something, but
I felt bad.
And, the post, every Monday I do a review of the musicians I see over the weekend. Now, everyone that knows me real well knows that when I just say something about a band and I say, oh, they had a good set list and move on, that's usually an indicator that they weren't that good. But I have rarely called out a band. And the one thing that I will call out a band for is disrespecting the owner who is trying to tell you it's too loud for their venue. Ceris, you've had that happen. I know we've talked about it on the show. We've beat this horse, but they're the people paying you. I mean, I don't know too many jobs you can go into your boss and say, basically, I'm going to do what I want, F you, and get away with it. I mean, some people, I guess, can, but it just doesn't happen. So yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. I was a little taken back by the whole thing taking a life of its own. And then I felt bad for Heather this morning. And let me give a disclaimer here. Before I did any post, I contacted Heather because I respect her as a business owner. I work for her on Wednesday nights in her venue every Wednesday, and I respect her more than you know. And I wanted to make sure she was okay. And she was. She was more upset about people naming names and other bands, and this band was loud and that band was loud.
I saw that, and I was like, "This is not a place to start bashing people." And I saw one of those, and I was like,
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I mean, there was a post on there. We'll say it. There was a post on there about our friends Rob and Shane from Until Rust, and they said they were too loud where they were. The venue they were playing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is not cut out to be a live music venue. This is an old, I don't know, Ponderosa Steakhouse or something like that, and they're having music, and the ceilings are high, and it's loud. It's just I've been in there for bands, and it's not a good acoustic environment sometimes.
And I don't know that they've done anything to try to make it a good acoustic. Like they didn't put up any panels or
they just said we need some entertainment in here, you know.
What people need to realize, and it's normal that they don't realize this, because we're not all in the music industry. Some of us just really like music, but it does have a lot to do with the space. Like they might have seemed loud, but that's not because they were loud. I mean, I'm not saying that they weren't, but they've played my stage many a times and they've never been loud. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, and it's perception. I mean, you know, everybody's got their own perception of what's loud, what's not loud, what's annoying, what's not, all that stuff. But the thing that got me was the vultures. I really, and then some other people who were targeting the venue, which my post had nothing to do with the venue. The venue's a wonderful venue. It had nothing.
As far as I was aware, the sound woman was on stage, was part of the band. Am I correct?
No.
Oh, it's a different. And yes, they were approached twice by the owners to turn it down.
Yes, there was a sound tech in the audience, and I don't know who it was. I never talked to them. I never engaged with the band at all. I was there for about a half an hour. So, and that was my opinion. And some other people got on and said, well, there were people dancing. There were people having fun. So be it. I just know what I saw in the first half hour. So that's where it all came from. But to target a venue sometimes is tough. I mean, just because you're not getting booked there or any of that, you just need to think before you engage in some of these posts. I mean, I always take a double take before I make a comment on anything. And a lot of times I sit back and voyeur because I don't comment on posts like that, because I don't want to be looked at. There was somebody that posted the other day about the best female singers in the tri-state. I could easily get on there and give my list, but it would offend somebody else that I didn't put on my list. So I didn't do anything.
Now, I mean, you knew that making that post would bring out, a mixed feelings. It wasn't any surprise to that, but you were aware of that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I did. Somebody sent me a message and accused me of putting the post up for attention, getting likes and all that. No, I don't need that. I don't care about that. And that post had nothing to do with anybody looking in my corner. It was my view on what I saw. And last I checked, all these people on social media sure think they have a freedom of speech. So I'm not allowed to, right. I mean,
And that's what I'm saying. Everybody's allowed to say what they want, but there are consequences.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris Will. What's up, man? And Mickey, thank you for being here. Good to see you.
The post is still up there, Mickey.
Brian, yeah, I didn't take it off. I'm not taking it off. Now, some other people removed their posts that were on there, and I think they thought, maybe I should take that off because it wasn't the best worded post in the world. So that's good if you realize.
And that's a mistake. And I do know one person that did that, and they feel absolutely awful because he said, or whatever, he or she said that was not his intent, was not their intention. And they worded it really incorrectly and just feels awful and will be making a personal apology. There people are allowed to make mistakes. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
It is what it is. But
Can we get to the real point of this though? Why is it that a post, and I post about bands every weekend, take pictures, post them or share everybody else's pictures, do whatever, and say great things most of the time about these bands, and I get 2 likes and no comments. Let me say something like that, and oh my God, everybody was a sound expert. Everybody, there's one person that commented on there that I really respect, and that's Kevin Cooper. His comments are well thought out. He always says the right thing. He says a lot of things, as he says in his comments, but I respect him for that. Are you all right? What are you reading?
Bill, we're not even talking about lighting, and Bill comes in with a lighting comment.
Bill, lay off the lights, brother. Damn.
Bill, you are too much for me, buddy.
He's on that light thing, isn't he? What's Bronson got to say?
He's on his grave. It's going to be like, turn down the bright lights.
Yes.
I love you, Bill.
Here lies Bill, who died from a spotlight.
Spotlight.
Yes.
God, I love
he
it.
did. It killed him one night in a bar. It did. Bill, I love you, man. Let's see. What do we got? Bronson was recently the owner of the venue. Emailed us 2 days before the gig, letting us know his business. And
I don't know if Jim McCarthy is still here, but thank you for my cookies. They're the best darn cookies ever.
Yeah, Bronson. Sometimes these venues try to do live music, and they're not a music venue, and they're not set up to have a music environment. And I find that a lot in breweries. It's tough because there's such high ceilinged, open, like everything's reverbing and bouncing around. Anytime you go to a brewery, it's tough. And Grainworks Brewing in Westchester fixed that.
Oh, good.
They have a plug-in up on the stage that you plug into their house system, and there's all these little hanging speakers out throughout the room that drop down over the tables, and it really provides a great music environment without it being super loud from the stage to try to reach the back of the room. It's a genius idea. It was really good, and I've heard David Thornton there a couple of times, and it just sounds really, really good. So that's just another thought of this. But you guys are out there commenting. Why is it negativity always takes a front seat on the socials? And even in the music community, man, I see people biting at each other over venues and bands and favorite bands. God forbid I put up a post that said, what's your favorite band in the tri-state? That'd probably just cause a nuclear explosion. I mean,
I don't like those posts. I feel like it's like, I'm always afraid that when I answer, I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings.
Megan says some people like to watch reality TV. Yeah, that's true. And I think, yeah.
Actually, that's probably it. And that's why people watch reality TV. And that's why everybody slows down when there's an accident. And that's why it's the train wreck. Everybody wants to see what's going on.
Well, why did MTV go from music to Jersey Shore? I mean, let's face it.
Let's see what sells, right?
Yeah, it's what's selling. And hi, Shane DeMoss. Thank you for being here. Aaron Thomas, good day to you. Carla, thank you for all your comments.
Always.
Yes. And wow.
Is Bob Klein still in Key West? Is that why he's not on here tonight?
Yeah, he's playing, I think, their last show tonight or tomorrow. I think I met 1 or 2 more there, but I've seen some of the videos and pictures from there. He's having a ball. We love Bob Klein. We do. What do we got? Cody Dench in the house. How you doing, Cody? Be a great band with a great following, ruined with a bunch of negative posts and a lot of crap talk. Yeah. And let's, when you get to the point where you're good, you don't need to tell people you're good. The bands that are out there saying we're the best, blah, blah, blah. Typically, unless you're Kiss, you've seen the rest, now see the best type thing. But for the most part, if you're out there tooting your own horn, it doesn't matter.
Same, Carla.
Insecurity and lack of empathy drives all the people that.
I'm one of those people that can never understand, like, it boggles my mind and kind of hurts my heart a little bit when I'm watching these videos of people get into these horrible accidents or have already gotten the accident or there's a fight happening or something's happening and somebody's recording it opposed to not helping. My first thought isn't to pick up a phone to record it. My first thought is always to go and help. I'm not like that. I don't need to see the train wreck. I just want to make sure everybody in it is okay.
Can I tell you, in my career as a fire service professional, I rolled up on so many calls because I was the one who arrived first most of the time. And there would be 20 people with their phones out videoing and somebody bleeding to death in a car or something. Not helping. It's awful. It's just awful.
What is your no comment towards Kevin McCoy? What did I miss?
Yeah, what do you know commenting about Kevin McCoy? Don't be vague booking.
I wish I wasn't as good as I am. Oh, Mickey.
Mickey, you're so fine.
Thanks, Aaron.
You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. What else we got here? I'm looking. Aaron Thomas always has good comments. Poop gets flung everywhere else for the most part. Yes. Well, and we're here to have hot topic discussions, but like my post yesterday was not flinging poop at a band. It was being honest and saying my feelings, and hopefully I don't have to do that very often. And now I had a band tell me, God, we're playing here on this date, but I'm afraid to have you show up now. Oh my God, really? Like I'm some food critic,
the first time you've ever wrote
it really is
negative post, and now everybody's going to be scared.
Yeah, I'm not the local food critic. I'm not going to come in and pick your band apart and say, oh, the steak was a little well done and all that. I could have been a food critic on my meal over the weekend, and I wasn't. Shane,
I don't stop eating.
What do we got? Jeff's become great friends with many local bands the last 2 years.
That's
we share information and venues.
That drives me insane.
I'm looking here. I don't know who Bill Playforth is. People love it when you lose. They love dirty laundry. Don Henley. Thank you, Bill, for that.
I don't know who's the woman in his picture, though. She's beautiful.
And what's Shane saying here?
It's true. I have been. Do you know how happy I was that Shane showed up to the jam? Man, I wish he would come more because that voice just...
He really didn't want to sing either.
Oh, I know, but I don't give a shit.
He really didn't want to sing either.
Is just something special. I could listen to him sing all damn day.
And not because he's some kind of diva saying, "Oh, I'm not going to get up on the stage." No,
he's the farthest thing. Well, in my experience, Shane is the farthest thing from a diva. So, in my experience,
he's a good dude.
He's a good freaking dude, man.
Absolutely. And people want their 15 minutes of fame, even if someone else could spend. Well, I hope that wasn't what I did yesterday, Rick. I hope that wasn't my 15 minutes of fame, because if it is, I don't want to be there. And Taz, how you doing? Well, of course, he's shouting out Megan Miller. Thank you, Taz. And Melody. Well, we're talking about a post yesterday. If you're just joining the show, I'll recap real quick. We're talking about a post I made, and the vultures came out on the post, and some people couldn't be very respectful of the venue or the I guess, so to speak, the situation, because they were trying to sell their product to a band. I did have, interestingly enough, Ceris, do you know Steve Black?
Yes.
Yes. Steve Black and I talked yesterday a little bit, and I've known Steve for years. And Steve has provided a service recently to several bands, and I think it's a great idea. He knows the X32, X Air 18 platform really well. And he has gone and basically taken the band's sound person, because so many sound persons for a band have been handed an iPad and said, here, learn how to run this. And he shows them, sets it up, does a 2 or 3 song check with the band, dials it in, and then gives them a flash drive of the scene and setting in there, just like Mark Bransford did for you as your like house settings. And it really works well for the bands, who they can resort back to that if they have a problem and everything kind of goes to hell. And
so that's what Jeff does on our X32 and all of that. He has like 50 settings, and he does that for each band that comes and plays. So that way, when the band comes back, you can just go to your setting. He does that too. And it has all of the band settings.
Oh, thank you, Gina. I didn't know who Bill was. Bill Playforth played with Johnny Fink in The Intrusion many years ago. Thank you for that. Okay. Makes better sense. Bronson says, not everyone's going to like your band anyway. Get discouraged by people or venues that don't dig what you do. Well, yeah, that happens too.
Here's the thing.
And you're not a good fit sometimes.
Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like me. I have found out not everybody likes me.
You think?
Man, it's been coming out full force lately. I'm like,
right. Yeah, I know.
But it sucks, but who gives a shit in the end? Like, here's the thing. It's one opinion. It's one opinion. And maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3, maybe it's 4, but as long as you're doing good, and I don't know why that they're afraid of don't suck. Yeah. As long as you can literally look at yourself in the mirror and know you're doing okay and you're a good person and you're trying your damn best, who cares what they say? It hurts your ego to admit. You question yourself for a minute. And then you do that self-reflection. You go, do I deserve this? No, the shit I do not. All right, I'm moving on. And if you do, then be like, all right, that freaking was tough to hear. Like for a band, that's tough to hear. If somebody made a post about that, then I got to freaking maybe think about this and actually listen back to see what it is and take that as constructive criticism. You know, personal opinions about people, that's different. But when somebody is saying something about your band, in the end, it's going to help. Doesn't feel good, but it's going to help.
Well, I hope when I meet this band that I talked about, they will thank me down the road and say, you know, you gave us a little wake-up call and some things and we fixed it. And I'm not looking for anybody to pat me on the back for that, but that was my intent. I mean, it was to say, hey, you got to have some fix here. If you're going to get paid to do this, you gotta be better than what you were being. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I didn't get into saying, oh, the appearance of the lead singer was terrible. I mean, I don't care what you look like. I don't care if you get up there and wow me with your music. I'm a fan, all day long.
Rick.
And that's the way it looks.
Accountability is tough, Troy. It's tough for everybody. It comes with matureness and it comes with, being able to set your ego aside. I've done a lot of shitty things in my past. Well, that some people would consider shitty, that I consider. I've done some things that I may not be proud of, but I'm aware of it. And sometimes people avoid it by just not saying anything. Some people avoid it by saying nasty things. Some people, there's a whole lot of ways of dealing with it. But when you can actually go, you know what? Yeah, there's some truth to this. Man, that shows growth as a person. That is a big fuck yeah. All right. I got some more to do. By the way,
did you see Heather's response on that post?
I did. I commented on it.
Yeah, I haven't been back on for a bit today to see all the comments, but I will say that Heather handled it the way she always does. She's a class act as well. And if you don't think when you're making comments, venue owners are taking notes, you should, because if you're out there bashing other bands or commenting on your page, your odds of getting booked or credibility is going way downhill. It is. And that's.
I cannot preach enough. Do your research. Do not stop putting all venues in one category. They are all different. They all have different sound. Everything is different. Do your research. If you really want to get booked at a place, do your research. If you want to get invited back, do your research.
Thanks, Dave McCarty. Says Shane's only a diva during his hair flips. I would agree with that. Let me get to a couple more comments here. What's up, Sean Cooper? Thank you.
And Aaron, you're right. But let's face it, you're in a couple of bands that have some of the best sound in the city. So
yeah. And Rick says, consider the source and the intent. Yes, thank you. But yeah, and why shouldn't we be allowed on this platform? We've said that,
Rick.
We've talked about bands here. We try not to mention names. And unfortunately, yesterday it was quite obvious I had to mention a name in my post. And because I was there and everybody knows I was there and they know who I was talking about. So why be vague on it? And I never did see anything else from Kevin McCoy either. Speaking of vague, but there is no harm in just saying, if I'd had the opportunity, I guess, to stand with that band, I would have said the same things right to their face. I mean, that I said in my post. And again, they handled it impeccably. Their response back was perfect. And let me say that again. I appreciate that. Nobody got, because I wasn't going to get in a fight on the internet over it. And so many people do. They battle back and forth. I saw somebody today fighting with somebody and they called him a C word. And it's just, it's like, come on, stop it. Are you sick of fighting on Facebook? Are you sick of seeing people fight and bicker? And I am. I vote.
Oh, I am. I started going on a block.
Mm-hmm. I do like the snooze feature. I can do that too.
I did that to all political. So I didn't even look to see who was posting the what is my computer? All was posting political posts. If I saw one, I just went mute, or snooze. So I don't even see anything political anymore.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And mine slowed way down as well, so that's good. But man, for a while there, it was just insane. Hi, Judy.
On my computer doing that. Hi, Will Bell.
I'm looking at Judy's comment here. She says, if you have to put down another band down, you need to take a step back and look at yourself. We always support other bands, but people like to claim that we're out to get them.
You're late, my love. Can I just say?
Sorry, Judy. I hate that happens to you because you're not that type of person. But what do you want to just say?
No, it's okay. Well,
go ahead.
It's Tuesday. Maybe they meant see you next Tuesday. Clever.
Who said that?
Alice in Chains.
I'm lost.
Gate yoga. Goat yoga. What the fuck is gate yoga? Goat yoga. I like goat yoga.
Where are you reading this shit? I don't see any of this.
Jane DeMoss.
Okay. I must not have all the comments.
I do.
Well, good for you. Oh, there it is. And goat yoga posts. Thank you. So nobody's really said a whole lot. Anybody agree with what we're saying here about that? I just want to know why you think posts go viral when they're negative versus positive.
1Z was too.
I'm just going to pick a band once a week and just say, I hate these people and just see what happens. Can I do that?
Oh,
I mean, we probably hit 10,000 likes on our page in about 15 minutes. But
what's funny is a few people have messaged us or you or whatever, or made comments saying, why do you guys always talk about negative stuff or like all of that? Well, this is why. I mean, it's not why, but it's called, joy and judgment. I mean, it's just, oh, honey. Oh, honey, we already do. Aww.
Yes.
Love you, Boo Bear.
He apparently doesn't know we hate him. Scotty Bratcher.
Just kidding. We talk about good things, but unfortunately, there's a lot of weird, shitty things happening, and people do want to talk about it.
They do.
Hurley Johnson, that is my girl. It's the engagement that pushes it. The more people comment, the more it'll be pushed, regardless, good or bad, and it's annoying.
That's true.
Where are you moving to now, gorgeous lady? All familyed up and shit.
People love to engage in negative.
They do.
Keith, you're right.
Oh, Casey. Let's do Casey next.
You want to hate Casey?
Just because I love him so much. Let's just do it. I love Scotty Bratcher. I love Casey Gomez. So we should just hate on them.
I'm just going to hate Casey Gomez because the only time he ever comes on my show is when you're here. Ceris. I think he has a thing for you.
I like to think that, I was just about to say, I like to think Casey Gomez has a thing to me because it makes me feel better.
Does it all day long?
I got my big old crush on Casey Gomez.
And Kevin McCoy, you're already on the list, so we picked you a long time ago.
Oh, Kevin, honey.
Yes. Kevin's one of those too. He's supposed to send me his gigs and he had to have his stunt double, Eric Steers, do it. For you. We're too cool for Kevin anymore. We are. He's too cool for us, I think. Allison Chains. That's interesting. That's an interesting name.
Hell yeah.
That sounds a bit like a stage name to me. Allison Chains.
I Thanks, Harley.
It does. Like cinnamon on the main stage. Cinnamon. Hey, we're gonna have a big night tomorrow night, I hear, right? Bell
No
and the Bear
lie,
peeps.
Casey, huh?
Bell and the Bear peeps coming to name that tune with me tomorrow night. We're gonna have a big
There
night.
are some that are coming to name that tune for you. Lots, actually, quite a few are coming to name that tune for you. And the other part are going to come and watch my boys Scotty Bratcher and Danny Frazier.
There you go. That's cool. And Mickey wants a hell yeah for no reason.
I already did it. It's not even Kevin. It's one of his people typing for him.
I would not doubt that at all. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Allison says her mom wanted her to change it. She was afraid of stalkers after she got divorced. Okay, well, that's good. I'm changing my name too. I'm starting a new band. Did you hear about my boy band? I mentioned it.
Yes.
It's coming out on your page soon.
Yeah, you're going to have your opening, your first gig at my bar, right?
Yeah, I'm either calling it Men Without Hair or Bachman Turner Overweight. I haven't decided yet, but one of the two will be the new band name.
Also, I'll get this out on here because it's something that I just have not had time to make a poster for, but it's something that I intend on implementing at the bar, which I just thought, you know what? Perfect place. For any of the bands that have played on my stage and that has, CD or record or anything of their original music, I'm going to make an area for them to always have their CDs there to sell. And each, so it's like just a cool place for them to always have their CDs for people to buy. Everybody will know they can get it at the Bell and the Bear if they want it. And I mean, it's theirs, their money. I'm not taking any of the money, but it will just be cool that every band that's played on my stage that has original music albums has a place where people can come and buy it if they don't want to do it, online or something.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah. I think it helps push the original music and the bands, and the bands that play on the stage.
That is awesome. I think it's great. Billy thinks it's awesome.
I have a merch station, but I need to, that's something I need to work on because I want people to be able to mainly order when they want. It costs so much money for me to bring in all of this, and they can sell their merch too at the bar in that area too. Yeah, I don't care about that. But this way, it's really more about the original music, not so much their merch. But for me, I need to be able to have people be able to buy on their own because it costs a fortune and the price has gone up, and I can't afford to.
Shane DeMoss, you're not well.
So, yeah, I wanted to do a vending machine with merch. That was actually something I wanted to do, that or the CDs. It's a great idea.
That's a hell of a good idea. And I think it really has a play, and that puts you even more so on the map as being a supporter of local music too. I think that's a cool thing because, it's hard for bands to sell their own merch sometimes when they have to have somebody do it for them, all that junk. So, and Billy's going to bring Rick Kern in, City Beat's favorite local musician. Little shameless plug in there for Mr. Rick Kern.
Such a good wife.
She is. He ought to marry her. He should.
They are married. They don't need a stupid piece of paper.
I get it. Anybody else have anything today? Because I'm running out of shit to talk about. Did I say shit? I did. And yes. Wow. Karis, you got anything else?
No, but I'm enjoying all of the comments. I love when it gets all interactive and shit.
Hi, Jamie Carr.
Perfect, Thank Jamie. You. I'm going to make a, well, and that was another thing, Will, is I wanted to do like collab t-shirts as well with the bands. So Bell and the Bear and the bands, you know what I mean? Something like that as well that we could share like profits with. But that was something else. I really just wanted to be more like, because the Bell, I like to think, and I've heard, is known for, it's a musician's bar. You know what I mean? Well, then we really need to utilize that so that they can benefit from that without just playing on the stage, So let's sell their original music. Let's try to help them. The ones that play on my stage, not everybody, because I know that the ones that played my stage have, and this, I'm not trying to sound cocky or rude or whatever. And it's not that the other bands haven't, it's just, I don't know yet, but they deserve it because they've earned it. They've had a spot on my stage,
And Mickey, you're going to have to fight me over selling Girl Scout cookies at that merch station.
Well, Archer's Gate is playing on my stage at the Bell and the Bear on August 2nd.
That's my birthday, by the way.
Is it really?
It is. And Archer's Gate will be with me tomorrow at noon right here on Wednesday with the band.
Well, I have meetings all day, but you need to talk to them about the August 2nd. Yeah.
Well, I will never forget it now.
Oh, there's Emily.
Yes, Emily has one hell of a voice.
Is Scotty Bratcher still on here? Because Emily, you need to contact Scotty Bratcher about I volunteered you. Well, at least your voice as somebody that you might be able to pull off a certain song, a part in a song that he needs, because I think your voice would probably be the one that would work.
Wow. How about that? Archer's Gate at your place on my birthday. That has promise.
Well, maybe
it does.
Maybe Shane DeMoss's band can join me. Oh, Shane, are you guys available that day?
What are you going to do? A little collab?
That's who should be playing with Archer's Gate. Oh, yeah.
What is that? Is that a Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
Is it? Well, then there's possibility. There is. Hey, we got to go.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're getting close. Thank you, everybody, for interacting today. And really, we didn't have a whole lot to talk about other than my shitty post from yesterday that got a lot of interest. So there.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Good stuff. Emily, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at noon with Archer's Gate here live on our Wednesday with the Band program. Learn about them. If you don't know about them, tune in. And you don't have to watch at noon. Everybody says, I can't make it at noon. You can watch that show anytime. It's always on the page, at least for 30 days till Facebook removes it.
Damn you.
That's what they're doing now. Jackasses. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get my file back. I can't get anybody to answer me.
For what?
They sent me 135 files full of every live show I've done since October of 2016. And it went to spam. And then I caught it a day before, and I'm trying to download them. Couldn't get them downloaded fast enough, and then it disappeared. And they said it had expired, and I don't know that I'm ever going to get it back. So, jackasses.
Bronson, Emily once sang the ingredients to catch up to me. I now refer to that as the greatest song. Yeah, I gotta tell you, she gave me chills when I was listening. That's why she was like the first person I thought of when Scotty was talking to me about that. So I hope you reach out to Scotty for that.
Thank you, Allison Chains. Thank you, Dave, for being here.
Yes, his shitty post is still there, Melody.
Yes, it's still there. It's still there. So go read all the some of the comments have been removed by people, though. I removed none except for those who were trying to sell their sound business. And I removed those because I'm not. I mean, that is like a musician dying and then calling a venue and saying, can we have all their gigs they had booked for next year?
I can't stand that.
Oh, it's awful.
Tackiness to.
It's bad. Karis, thank you so much for co-hosting today, as always. You're wonderful. And yes, we're there. We're here. We have arrived. I will. Going to be a good night tonight, better night tomorrow even, with the folks from the Bell coming up and having a good time. We're going to enjoy ourselves. It's going to be 77 tomorrow night on the patio. It'll be beautiful. So come on out. Join us. If you're not going to the Bell to see Scotty Bratcher or Danny Frazier, you can come see me. That'd be fun. That's all I got.
You're in for a winning night. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure.
You got anything else?
No, just thanks everybody for tuning in and talking with us and enjoying our show. We love y'all.
We really do.
We really do. We love doing this. So thank you.
Thank you all. We'll see you next time. All right.
Monique!
Monique in the house.
Monique, what a pleasure it was to hang out with you.
Is she of the twins, Monique and Unique?
No, Monique showed up on our Easter Sunday. Only been there once to see CFG. And she spent Easter with us. Man, that was so much fun.
I should have spent Easter with you.
So much fun.
It looked fun.
Yeah.
I should have. But I didn't.
Next year.
I was there Friday, Thursday.
Yeah.
I missed Michelle Robinson on Saturday, but I got to see Contenders. They were great. And the Hall Pass band was great. So, yeah, fun stuff. So, let's do it. See you next time, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at noon. And then Thursday, who's playing out the best musicians and venues in the tri-state and who's playing where? Bye, Ceris.
Bye, Ceris.
What did you say?
I said, bye, Scott. I love you.
You know, you are not well, my dear.
Never been.
Not well.
Never been. Never been offended to me well.
Then I wanna see a show.
I
flip on the book of face.
I love your brick in the wall backdrop, by the way.
There's a
Oh,
into the sea. Showing lots of love.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
The community with
Great advice.
I know who I should
To
go
go
see.
Show.
That's where I go for the latest landing photos. So hometown radio.
Let's go to the beach.
We're at the beach, mother.